Life purpose is not about doing, it is about being. And using the idea of an apple tree, Noleen, an apple tree isn't born to do apples, it is born to become and to be an apple tree. And a lot of people don't realize that it is about being first and doing second. They ask, what am I supposed to be doing? And they try doing this, try doing that. And then it's almost like an apple tree trying to do oranges and trying to do figs. And they feel a lack of fulfillment, and they feel a lack of direction, a lack of purpose, and an emptiness inside. And what they're empty of is not trying to find the right doing, the right things to do, but in fact it is to discover the apple tree, to wake up one day, start asking those questions, as these gentlemen have said, who am I? When you know that you are an apple tree, you will know what to do. The doing flows naturally. It isn't something forced, it is something natural and beautiful. But we forget who we are, and we lose track of who we are because we become so distracted by the orchard, by our survival needs, by the need to pay the tax man and the bills on time, by the busyness of our lives. So life purpose is about becoming your true self fully in the world and then being visible as that. As we've said, it's got nothing to do with what you do. You could sell hot dogs and it wouldn't matter. You could be a housewife and it wouldn't. It's who's present in the job of being the housewife. The difference between a housewife who's miserable and one that isn't is the one is fully present as the housewife, and she's allowing herself to be fully there. Now, if it happens that her apple tree self has got more to expand into, like now she decides cooking is something that really turns the light on inside, then she can take who she is into that venture. But if she changes her mind next week, or gets bored, or gets ill, or gets impoverished, or gets old, she won't. Her self-worth has declined just because she can't do anymore. See, we've tied self-worth to doing.
With doing, and we all do.
I think that we grow towards becoming more and more of who we are. So our definition of who we are may expand, but our life purpose does not change. Here is another analogy. If you imagine that the challenges in your life are like mountains, sometimes we feel this small, and we meet a mountain this big. Sometimes the purpose of that mountain is to call the part of us that needs to rise to equal to the mountain. So when we find a part of ourselves that is equal to the mountain, we discover more of who we are, and we go, wow, there's more of me in here than I thought was there before. And that might start to look from an outsider's point of view that our life purpose has changed because we start doing things differently, because we've set different goals, etc. But the essence of who we are has always been there, except that there's now more of it. There's more of you present. Let's say Einstein. Now, Einstein would have the heart and soul of Einstein no matter where you put him. Let's put him in a hamburger joint, flipping hamburger patties. Is it not true that even in that environment, he's going to be thinking and questioning and wondering about, oh, check that patty and space-time realities and the gravitational pull. Or, you know, he's going to be thinking that way, isn't he, Noleen?
I love your mind.
Because he can't help it. He can't help it. You can't help but be who you are, wherever you are. You put you in a banking environment, you, Noleen, okay?
Me.
Imagine you counting money, okay? Now, you can't help but be the voice, be the entertainer, make the connections. See, you would end up shining as you, even if you were counting money. You'd be less happy, perhaps, because you're not getting the joy of expressing who you are. If someone has the mind of a business builder, they just build things. They love strategy and they love thinking, and that's what they naturally do wherever they are, because it's their apple tree self. And you give them a nursery school, they're going to start the franchise, and and little Johnny's at the pulling, and then there's like, hang on, Johnny, I'm just busy strategizing my little 3-point plan for 3 years ahead.